Claude Code has the biggest market share for developer AI tooling, with more than double the market share of its nearest competitor. I threw in that little tidbit just to tell you how popular Claude Code is in today's workplace. People have asked me why I use Claude Code CLI in the terminal instead of using Claude Code VS Code extension, since I'm already using VS Code, or why I don't use the Cursor IDE with Claude Code integration. The simple answer is that for my corporate day job, I do use Cursor IDE, which of course is a fork of VS Code. I use it with a corporate Anthropic API key. My company allocate a massive token budget, but Cursor uses Smart Semantic Search Index or Retrieval Augmented Generation or RAG, which makes it very efficient with token usage. However, for my personal projects, I use my own personal Anthropic Pro account, which has a cap on how much tokens I can use before surcharges take effect. Therefore, I have to be very mindful of my usage. In certain scenario, using Claude Code CLI in the terminal is cheaper than using the Claude Code extension. The Claude Code CLI carries a heavy upfront cold start, quote unquote, penalty of around 30,000 tokens to load its autonomous tool definitions, making short sessions expensive for minor tasks. But for longest session, that massive baseline prompt stays stored in Anthropic's server cache at a 90% discount, and the COI strictly limits its reading to files that I explicitly request. Conversely speaking, the VS Code extension starts light by skipping complex terminal tools, making it highly token efficient for quick single question prompts. However, as the coding session drags on, the extension constantly bundles all your open editor tabs and active workspace files into every message, which repeatedly breaks the prompt cache and balloons your long-term cost. Then there's the question of why I don't use Cursor for my personal projects. Well, my Anthropic Pro account does not grant me an Anthropic API key, which is required for Cursor if I want to be token efficient. If I use Cursor for my personal work, then I'm limited to 50 requests per month. After that, I will have to pay. And finally, how come I'm using the external terminal instead of the terminal integrated within VS Code? This is not an issue with Claude Code's large language model because that's run in the cloud. This is an issue with VS Code itself and how VS Code is built using Electron. And to make a long story short, when I'm working, I have a lot of tools and applications open, which consume quite a bit of local system resources. Therefore, if I can reduce that by using my iTerm2 terminal, it'll keep the computer nice and cool. Well, there you have it, my dear friends. I know a lot of newer developers are following my channel or have subscribed to my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet and you like what I have to say, consider subscribing. It's completely free. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye for now.